My name is Matti Ketonen and I work for a company called Metsä Board, one of the big forestry companies in Finland. Currently I'm looking after several kind of business development projects. My background is in supply chain and I've been with the company for 20 years, so I guess that's the reason of being responsible for running projects that typically run over many corporate functions. When we started 8 years ago, the situation in the company was such that there had been a big change in the overall picture of the company. Our ERP solutions were roughly 10 years old and they were built for a completely different setup of the company than it was at the time. And it was pretty evident that we had to look at our main core processes, order to cash, forecast to availability, that's how we call them. The company used to be producing paper grades, printing papers, and now all of a sudden it had turned into a company providing packaging materials, namely paper board. And the business rationale is quite different in those cases. So that's where we started. We were finding facts about how our processes worked and got a pretty scattered picture of how things were done. The workflows were invented at a spot and obviously very low level of standardization on those as well. It was pretty evident that we needed to do something with the processes, and it was very evident that we needed to do something with the tools. The process mining was the first step to define the new, a bit more standardized ways of working. Then of course we made quite a big investment in the processes and tools, and since then we've been kind of monitoring the performance of the redesigned processes. Tedious work, but necessary to first of all guide the people to use the newly defined processes, but also then to find the kind of stepwise small-scale development items in those processes as well. And now, of course, everybody is talking about powerful ICT tools, big data, brute force mechanisms in place of perhaps careful design in some places. And for the last 2 years, we've been kind of looking at what would be the possibilities utilizing those tools, but still working with the kind of process scope that we've defined. And again, process mining has been a very good tool to first of all find the deviations and then perhaps also opportunities for automizing some parts of the processes as well. Best outcome is actually, yes, the processes are performing better. We hopefully are creating better customer experiences, but I think it's a funnier place to work because I mean you know what to expect. There's less uncertainties in everybody's workday. We can replace the opinions with facts. It is easier for people to accept changes when you can justify them with facts. It's also easier to focus on those areas where the development is most needed, and then perhaps just talk to 2 or 3 people and get the change done. So it's easier to focus on things. I like the visual image, the visual images that you can develop. The dashboards are easy to do. The information, once you've done the development step, is easily understood. And then of course when you are trying to pinpoint any improvement areas, the tool helps you to drill down to the actual topic at hand in a very easy way. Maybe there are tools that could do the same, could handle the same information, but the user interface and the friendliness just helps you to get things done a bit faster than with any other tools. Whenever we have an idea we could do something different, it is taken in earnest, and we tend to get help very quickly as well. So okay. Thank you for that. Individual person who is in charge of a part of a process can very easily drill down to the actual problem area, and they do that on daily basis or monthly basis in our case. In any case, whoever is responsible can find the facts fairly easily themselves. And then of course there's QPR to help if there is even more fundamental things that we need to do. And any team leader who is running a process could benefit from that. Connection between normal everyday KPIs and then the process performance, they are pretty self-evident. In fact, you could actually develop the KPIs in the process analyzer or in the dashboards. If you are really looking after your team or the pace of process that you are running, then what is better than, first of all, get a warning when something is starting to go amiss, and then being able to drill down to the root causes of why that is happening. Dare to improve.